channel. It's a nice day in Michigan, almost 60-degree weather. In this video, I'll be going over the first set of tools to help you guys out specifically. I'm going to be going over the best ways to get yourself out of a bad cycle you just don't want to be in. First, I got some stuff to do, some trips to make, so I'm going to be doing some car talks on the way. Later in the day, we'll go hit chest and back, and then try to get some drone shots, maybe do some sunset shots as well. Put it out there. Thanks for coming back, guys. It really means a lot to me. I'm excited for this one. This is kind of what I wanted to create all these videos for. This is what I'm living for, to help you guys, help anybody out that I can. Use my mistakes, my life experiences to help out anybody. So, without further ado, straight into it. So in this video, I'll be going over 3 different tools that you guys can use and have to be aware of to help yourself get out of a cycle. Let's get into it. Hey guys, so the first step of a cycle is identifying what a cycle is, right? Cycle is basically just like a routine of behavior, and behavior can be created intentionally, non-intentionally, but basically, to get down to it, you're here really just because you really want to change that cycle or that behavior. So the first step of doing that is analyzing what that behavior is in itself. So like, it could be like, as in a bad example, or an example of something bad that you don't want to do, just like staying in bed too late, doom scrolling, or like not being able to get off your phone, or just something that you're doing in your life that isn't the way that you envision your life to be going, or that you want it to be going. So you have to analyze what it is that is prompting that behavior. So for example, like, I guess doom scrolling, for example. Doom scrolling can God damn. But, sorry. If you have trouble with getting off your phone, it could just be, you gotta analyze like what, most of the time, it's just, there is some feeling to every behavior that you go through, right? Or it's that a feeling prompted you to have that behavior. So, for the example of scrolling on your phone for too long, it could be that you have a lack of motivation, or it could be that the behavior is prompted by like you needing a dopamine hit, right, constantly, because something in your life, or exactly that behavior, is making you upset. But really, it's not like, it's hard to identify, I get it. And this is where that you have to break that cycle. It's like looking at all the things in your life that you don't like, the behaviors in your life that you don't like, because you can't really change the external events all that much, but you can change your cycle and your behavior and your routines. To do that, you have to understand what is prompting you to have those behaviors. And once you do that, list out, this is the first step of getting out of a cycle, is your change of thinking. And with the change of thinking, you have to understand those behaviors and just saying to yourself, what change of thinking can I apply to this behavior? That once I apply that change of thinking, it will break me off that cycle. So once you figure out the different changes of thinking that you can apply to that behavior, devise a list of stuff that, or actions, devise a list of actions that you can take to change that behavior. And only do it one step at a time. That way you can focus strictly on that action. If you do a bunch of things, or a bunch of different actions all at once, it's hard for you to focus just on one of them, especially for that example of doom scrolling or having trouble getting off the phone. Even getting out of bed, like, it's hard to focus on that because you're just getting up, or you're just getting out of low attention area. So I would recommend only doing 1 or 2 behavior changes or cycle changes at a time. But that's the first step. It's just identifying it and devising actions. And with changing a behavior, I only recommend that you do it 1 to 2 changes of cycles every 3 weeks. That way you can focus on it. And I'm no psychologist. I don't have any certifications. This is just my recommendation. So, the second part of breaking the cycle is, of course, taking action. You can have all the information in the world and you can analyze for as long as you can, but without somebody to act on it, or without yourself to act on it, nothing's ever going to be done. And the key point of taking action, at least if you're human, of course, is with anything that you do in life, usually there's an emotion that follows, especially within your actions. And the key to maturing and growing is when you're about to take, or when you're analyzing actions or taking an action, it's important to realize that you'll have excuses and you'll have resistance that you either most of the time form by yourself, or you'll even have an exterior resistance as well. Usually exterior resistance is a little bit easier to deal with, at least in my experience. But the way to get through these feelings, resistance and excuses, is when those things happen, when those feelings happen, you have to understand and realize that they are happening and that you are feeling those feelings. And the more that you understand the feelings that you have with different things that you go through, different actions that you take, the
easier it becomes to grow and do things that you like to do, and to take those actions that can break the cycle, or whatever cycle that you. And I think the feelings or different resistances that people have definitely vary from person to person. But understanding your feelings and why they happen, and that they are happening, instead of just shrugging them off and bottling them up, whatever you call it. Understanding them is so much stronger and so much more powerful than just shrugging it off, because then you just have to deal with it later down the road, and it doesn't. But the more experienced we get with understanding our own feelings, the better we can grow and the better we can understand ourselves. That's really what this is all about, is taking action. To break a cycle is really just about understanding yourself, because we get so faded and fogged, our lives become really like a routine that you don't like, right? That's why you want to break the cycle. And the more you understand yourself, the easier it will become to take the action. But of course, in the end, you will have to take action to break the cycle. And it can be small steps, of course. And usually that's the best way to do it, because if you overwhelm yourself with so many actions to take, then you're just going to end up, most people will end up right back into that same cycle, because it really does take around like 3 weeks to write yourself a new routine into your life. And if you are consistent with taking that action, then you will write that routine and you will have a new cycle, one that you either like or don't like. And it takes that conscious thought, the same thought that you have to take to understand your feelings when you feel them. And just being conscious and consistent will allow you to break the cycle.
Alright, second gym sesh. Today we're doing back and chest. I usually like to start out with flies. Either cable or this. This is definitely my favorite chest machine, hands down. I'd say trying to think like what I usually go for with this. I usually have like a standard rule with what I'm trying to hit with each of my exercises, just because I'm trying to like encircle the mentality of pushing my limits. Just going to a point where the weight is high enough such that I can hit the 8 to 12, 8 to 14 reps. And that's my failure, is that rep count, between that rep count with that weight. So I usually start out with a warm up, a little bit of a lighter weight. So start there. This machine isn't meant to have 45s on it, just because when you put them on, it like pushes out. So I'm getting a little bit less stretch because I can't go down as far, but to be honest, I'd rather stack less plates than have to stack like 5 or 6 25 plates. So, all right, let's get into it. Sorry, doesn't bug me a little bit. It's right there. Now this one, hold on. With my warm-up sets, I usually don't go till failure because it would make me have to shoot for like 20 to 30 reps, and I don't really want to do that. It's just burning me out. I'd rather burn myself out with a heavier weight. So let's put some more on. That's perfect. Yeah, this thing bugs me a little bit sometimes, but I'm getting used to it. It's definitely a good week. A lot going on with trying to find an engineering internship. But making progress in the gym consistently. So, but man, it's fucking eating hard. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'll get there for like um I'll get there to the point in a week where I'm like eating consistently 3,000 plus 350 or 3,500 calories a week or a day, and um, it always gets to a point where I'm like, oh shit. It gets to like middle of the day, and I forgot to eat like another 1,000 calories that would have put me where I'm supposed to be at that time. So I think I may start to implement waking up a little bit earlier. So let's hit this next set. Sorry, I got off track. This is closer to my usual 10 to 12 rep range, so. Okay. To be honest, I don't even count with that because I know I don't know. I just feel it. Should be. You should count. Don't do what I'm doing with that. If it's your like first time with that, make sure you count your reps. Or some type of fly, cable fly. I call it mech fly, just because it's a machine, but it's not a cable machine, so I call it mech machine. First time on it, count your reps with a good weight for yourself. And should get a, sorry, it's a little bit late today. Once you get your reps with that weight, then you can start to judge. You should go higher or lower, which I'm about to go higher. I haven't been able to do 3 yet. Well, I could do 3, but not for 10 reps, 8 to 12 reps. Right. All right. Yeah, I like that weight. I'm gonna stick with that. Just gives me the best feeling for my chest. This and probably bench. Probably do one more. And then move on to something for back. Also, I highly recommend for anything back getting wrist straps. I'll show you how to use them or how I use them. There's probably another way to use it, but a lot of people use it for deadlift or pulling movements. So I use it for pulling movements mainly. A lot of back exercises. I'll do probably shrugs after this. Do one more set here and then move on. So with this, I forgot to mention, in your mind, when you're trying to get the mind-muscle connection, think when you're coming up, when you're bringing it up, or if you got a cable, bring it forward. Think about your pec, and when you're moving it like this, think that there's like a wall right here, and you have a balloon right here. Push it such that you're like squeezing the balloon, and that's how you get the best tearage of that muscle. Not so much that you're going to injure it, but improvement, you know? That's how I get the mind muscle connection. That's how my good friend Nick actually explained it to me when I was first starting or doing fly movements. He's really the guy that brought me into the world of working out like 5 years ago. Hopefully one day I'll get a video of us working out. Y'all get to meet him. All right. Watch him hit this fly. shit. That's good. It's my version of shrugs that I like. It's this machine, or mech, I guess. So I can show you guys what it is. Alright. Should we start out light? Just one plate. Actually, fuck it. I usually don't do seated. I just stand because it feels better to me. So I'm gonna do that. I'll usually move on to 2. I don't know, it goes so terribly hard on my traps. I do like working them though. I like the 3D look. If you're flat, like, I don't know. I just don't like it. Add some weight on yourself as well. Or another way to add weight. May not be much, but something. Yeah, I'm gonna need another plate. Alright. Definitely like coming later to the gym. Just like less people being here, you know. I do agree with Sam Sulik with the best lifts being the ones where you come here and just like hardly remember even doing anything. I do also enjoy myself a lift where it's like memorable, you know. Hit a PR, have some nostalgic lift, you know. I'm a lover for the 80s music too, so it kind of brings some nostalgia, 2000s too. Not bad. Start out with 60s. Do incline dumbbell bench. I had some trouble with this thing in the past, mainly just because of my shoulder. It's always the fucking left shoulder. Fucking know why, but alright. With this, uh, my mind muscle connection, I go more for sort of like that wall with a balloon explanation, but more like you're rolling a balloon up or you're rolling something up as well with the press.
So I also try to focus more, like, you're not trying to move this part of your arm at all. Or, like, that's not what the main focus of the workout is. So the real movement and improvement comes from moving from this joint, your elbow, to your shoulder, because that's where your chest muscle really connects to. So when I'm doing the exercise, those from here to here is what I focus on moving, really. Of course, your arms are going to move naturally up, like in a pressing motion, but that's what I focus on. Let's give this a lift, see. The reason my shoulder was getting fucked up, I mainly would fuck it up because of an incline barbell bench. That's because I had it too far wide out, and also because I was going too deep in, I was touching my chest a lot with it. And maybe that's just how I'm built. Others can probably do it fine. But I would hurt my shoulder every time I do it. So don't go all the way down if you have that issue, and maybe tighten your grip a little bit. This one, I have done it once where I hurt my shoulder. It's because I flared my elbows out. So basically, if you have that issue or had it, instead of going like this, going down, or like this, and when you come back up or down, you flare your elbows. Notice the angle between my chest and my bicep. Bring it closer like this. Just move this motion. So to change it, when you come down, or at least I just like doing this. I learned this from watching Arnold Schwarzenegger. You come down, I like to get the depth in. Sometimes I'll hold it down here for a couple seconds. Sometimes I'll just stretch and come back up. That's really where I feel it, there and coming back up. Comparable to flies, I feel it better coming down than I do when I come up with flies. All right, I'm gonna move to 70s. I went with a nice 75 instead. It's honestly surprising there's anybody in here right now. I'm gonna change out of this sweatshirt. Not bad. Pump will get better with that. Hopefully the physique gets better. Might do 2 more of these, including this one. breathing's also very important with bench. I learned that the hard way, where I was doing PRs and just face red. It wasn't per se like very hard, but hard way to learn. It was just stupid to breathe weird. Still sometimes do it because I revert, but again, breaking the cycle. Holy shit. Maybe that's just late. Or had I fucking went hard on flies. I'm gonna have to go down in weight. I mean, I made 7 reps, I think, but kind of flared there in the end, and I don't want to fuck with it. All right. Time to switch up. All right. It's time to use the wrist reps. Phenomenal purchase. Please get them. So not usually, you will put it on such that it's kind of like this. It's going out because you're going to pull it tight around your wrist. Not too tight. Do the same with each. Let me set my weight. The real trick comes when you got one tightened, you need to tighten the other one. So you can't really reach over and tighten it. That's where you get good with tightening it with one hand. If you can do it with both hands, then great. But basically, I'll figure to wrap it. Usually wrap it inside first, or overhand, pull it tight. So that's how the real connection comes from the connection from your wrist to the bar, so that rope or that length of the rope in between there. So overhand, wrap, keep wrapping over. That's basically it. I keep on wanting to say, watch me hit this drive. Just keep seeing the fucking President Bush meme. It's a little light. Forgot what I was gonna say. Big key ingredient with this one. Turn this down since the music is fucking blasting. Key ingredient for your mind muscle connection with this one is I always shoot for thinking about like bending the bar with both your arms. That's where I get the thought of using my lats or my lat activation, I guess. Um, memes keep fucking flying through my head. So, oh, that's it. If you don't need to use like the wraps, if your grip strength is good with that, just use your grip strength. It's kind of like a fallback. If you start to lose grip strength, it ultimately really helps with pull exercises. All right. There's literally one person here. One hand down, basically, you do one full loop, and then you can pull it from the other side. So like pull, you have to get better with using your fingers to pull this, I guess. Holy shit. It's a good weight. Another thing is with lat pull down cable is your speed that you're pulling it down. So I try to do a little bit faster pulling down, slower on letting it go. Just the, is what they call the decentric release, I guess. I don't know. Scientific term of it. Alright. We are on to row time. Cable rows. I enjoy them the most. Again, shackled by the wrist straps. Again, it's gonna follow the same philosophy of weight per reps till failure ratio. Lat pull down. Last one we just did. Focuses more on the width, or not the width. I guess it is width of your back. While rows focus more on your thickness. So, gotta hit both. Your 3D look. Build your physique. Gain some weight. Jeez. That's a good weight. Gotta finish the workout. Check my pump. Hey everyone. End to a good day. Nice and sunny here in Michigan. Nice sunset too. You guys have been waiting for the third and final tool, and that's execution. Really, execution comes down to how you're performing your action or your behavior, right? So really, you're gonna have two different types of troubles here when you're trying to change a cycle. And first one is gonna be that you have to stay consistent, really. Making sure that when you sense that you're starting to go back to your normal path or your normal comfortability, you need to, again, have that self-awareness and realize that here's the exact time, here and now, that you have to finally break the cycle and do what you're supposed to be doing or want to do to break that cycle. The second thing is going to be distractions, because kind of goes in between the comfortability thing, but distractions really they're going to pop up every time your day, and really that is going to be the largest battle with trying to achieve, especially the larger goals. Another not touched on note, actually, with the distractions, again, a lot of this is self-awareness, being aware of those issues. And when you're self-aware that, hey, you're about to walk into your room, you need to do homework, or you need to go to the gym, you need to eat, you need to make food. Hey, I could be watching TV, I could be playing a game, whatever else is more comfortable for you, or what's your regular base thing, But stop yourself, think. I know it's comfortable, but you are going to feel so much better when you actually do what you want to do to break that cycle. Another touched on note is knowing when to quit a bad habit. This isn't part of the tool set, and I'll definitely break off on this and work on it on another video, but quitting a bad habit or a bad person, for sure, is you need to know when it's okay to leave, when to quit. Because a lot of people, and even I, assign the word quit to leaving a bad habit. But it's important to know when something's bad for you. And really, it comes down to feeling. If you feel drained, like you're putting in more energy to that thing than you're getting from it, or that person, then it's wrong for you. It's a beautiful sunset. Well, that's the end of this one. Thanks for making it to the end of the video, guys. If you like what you saw, like and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram too. I'll be posting some shorts and pictures and stuff to keep you guys motivated and get your attention span off of social media and hopefully onto your next goals. All right. Keep pushing your guys' limits, and I'll see you guys in the next video.